This is not a technical comparison between the two cameras, it's a real life comparison. I use both cameras mostly for vlogging or POVs and additional cameras in my kit. So this is exactly what I'm gonna focus on. So if you're into that, just continue watching. If you want more of a technical review, that's not me. I bought the GoPro Hero 10 in October and the Osmo like 2 years ago. I don't even remember. And I've been a huge fan of the Osmo, and I already complained a lot about the GoPro in some of my vlogs because I mostly use those cameras for vlogging. So am I a little biased? I mean, I hope not, but there are some things that are better on the GoPro Hero 10. For starters, the stabilization. My boyfriend was kind enough to run down the path while I was editing the short that you guys maybe saw here on YouTube. And he was like running, and I reviewed the footage, and it was super stable on the GoPro. Stabilization wise, the GoPro wins 100%. Especially when you add the horizontal lock that the GoPro has. I don't know the correct name right now, but you know what I mean, where you can basically like move a GoPro in both directions and it still will find this horizontal level line and stay straight and stable. That is amazing. Okay. Two other pros for the GoPro is definitely hindsight. Obviously, it's only working when the GoPro is on, and you can turn on hindsight, and depending on what you choose, between 15 or 30 seconds, it will record all the time. Meaning if there's like this perfect moment, you just hit record and you have extra time before you hit record. That's definitely a plus. Also, I am always using the GoPro in linear mode because I don't like the fisheye look. And that's when I realized there are so many options to choose from. You can go narrow, linear, wide, and super wide. And super wide is like really wide. It's way wider. I can see, like if I put my hand, you can already see my hand on the GoPro. And you can start seeing it on the Osmo now, like kind of, and you almost see half of my hand on the GoPro, so that's crazy. And that's pretty cool. On the Osmo, you just have, you know, the fisheye look, or not a fisheye look. Yeah, but that's also a plus for the GoPro. So after hearing all of this, you might think, okay, obvious choice, GoPro Hero 10 wins. What is the rest of this video even about? But hold on a second. Why do I sound like every YouTuber? Okay, short existential crisis here. Okay, but there is a difference in a few ways. I had both cameras on auto for all the tests that I did. For my taste, the Osmo Action image quality is way better. And I thought, okay, maybe the reason is because I have it on linear on the GoPro, but then I switched to wide and it's kind of the same. As soon as you hit low light situations, yes, the Osmo might perform dark, but you can up the exposure in the post and it looks better than on the GoPro. And also, I used the GoPro on an actual client shoot as a second camera because I thought, yes, I have 120 FPS, I'm gonna milk that. And I filmed with my Alpha 7R4 in 4K and 25 frames per second, and then the GoPro with 100 frames per second. And the results were just disappointing because the GoPro Hero 10 is very expensive. And I thought, you know, for that kind of money, no delivery, that was very disappointing. But then again, the slow-mo on the Osmo, which is only in HD, of course, because this camera is way older, is terrible. Like, I don't recommend it, it looks terrible. But the normal 4K thing looks good, so that's my point. It's really sunny outside right now. To give you a little bit more perspective, I did a vlogging test. Okay, so what I do like about this one is that you can switch back and forth, and you still see everything. That's pretty neat because as you can see here, I have to decide on the Osmo if I want to use the front screen or not. What I realize right now is that the image like on screen looks better on the Osmo. It's darker, it's not overexposed. And if I go away from the window, the Osmo Action seems way darker. I don't know in which camera I should be like looking. And usually I use the Osmo Action for this, but I recently started to use the GoPro as well. Because the microphone on the GoPro, as you can hear right now, is amazing. The microphone quality on the Osmo, not so much. I think this is a pretty good example of how those two cameras work. Okay, this is probably not a more realistic scenario when vlogging because I am currently in the car ready to go to run an errand, and I thought, you know what, this is perfect for my vlogging test outside. It's not like real outside, it's a car, but outside of a home. Okay, next up, I want to compare how easy it is to find certain preferences and adjust things. Both cameras on 4K 50 frames, and the GoPro's on the flat profile, the Osmo's on the Cine-like profile. So let's see how long it takes to adjust it. So let's say I wanted to go to 5.3K because the GoPro has that. Okay, I'm gonna start my stopwatch just for fun. So I'm gonna go to, yeah, great. I want to adjust this. Okay, so I'm gonna click here, change the resolution to 5.3K. If you don't know, 5.3 is only on the GoPro, and then make maybe 25 and then maybe adjust something else. Oh, I wanted to 25, not, okay. So we have this and hindsight off. Maybe we want a fixed shutter. Let's do that. Instead of auto, we go to 150 and we leave the ISO as it is. Okay, yeah, so this would be a setup I could work with. I always keep it on linear because simply because I like it. Maybe we just change it for fun. Let's go to super view just because I can. So this is my setup for now. It took me, stop it right here, like 1.5 minutes, which is not so bad. Okay, let's reset my stopwatch. We can go to 5.3K, so we will go to 2.7 and then like 25 frames. So start, and here you go to this side. We switch to manual as well. 1/50 is what we want. Let's switch to 2.7 and 25. Yeah, it's dewarp on or off, so I'm gonna leave dewarp on because why would I turn it off? So what else can we adjust? I'm happy with all of this. Okay, obviously this took not so long. It's 47 seconds. I think you could do it quicker, and probably people who work with the GoPro will be like, why did it take you so long to do this? How about formatting our SD card? So on the GoPro, oh yeah, we can start another stopwatch for formatting the SD card. Let's start. On the GoPro, you have to go to preferences, which by the way took me forever to realize. I had to Google it. Format SD card, format, and then we wait. They're both empty, so they don't really have to format anything. So it's a fair comparison, I think. Okay, and now I formatted it, and there's probably a quicker way to do this too. I'm ready to shoot again. 28 seconds. So let's do the same thing on the Osmo. Let's start. And here it's a little bit more accessible, but also far down. So format SD card, formatting complete, and I can shoot again. So 15 seconds. Oh wow, I didn't think that would be so far apart. So if I turn both of them off, that takes forever on the GoPro, and then just turn them on. So this is on. Did it already? You see, sometimes I press on the GoPro and it didn't start recording, so it's just like, yeah, I do feel like some things work smoother on the Osmo, and that's quite interesting. It's weird because this camera is so old and still it holds up kind of well. So I have both cameras on now. They're still on automatic. I switched the GoPro to a wide view in hope that it would improve the quality. But on screen it still looks quite bad, to be honest. I hope that it would be a linear view issue, but yeah, we will see on the edit then. And I'm gonna leave both of those cameras on until sunrise. That's in about 7 minutes. Come back and harvest. When it comes to GoPros, I have never been a fan. I own one now, so I kind of have to work with it. And I feel it's a little bit like with smartphones. They have to add something to the next one because there's a camera coming out every year. And that's a little bit different than with DJI. They took some time before they released the Osmo Action 2. So maybe that's the reason why the image quality is very good. I mean, better than on the GoPro Hero 10, unless I'm doing something really wrong. And what I also realized that the GoPro Hero 10 struggles with difficult lighting situations. When I did a POV, in low light situations, the hyperboost cannot perform and you're supposed to turn it off, I think, to have a better quality. And I thought, how stupid is that? Like, it was very shaky and didn't look good. I can link you the POV with a GoPro Hero 10 up there or there. Battery life on the GoPro Hero 10 is not good and it takes forever to charge them. Osmo Action, great battery life, charges in what feels like a minute. It's just those small things. Also that you have a battery pack, which is this little thing where you put your battery in and you have little marks telling you, oh, this one is full or empty. So when you're on the go, it's easier to see if it's a new one or not. And what I like about this, I can take this case, my Osmo head out and don't worry about anything. With the GoPro batteries, I don't feel comfortable just throwing them into my pockets and, you know, not think about it. There can be car keys or whatever in there and they could scratch it and destroy it. Those are the things that really make me mad because it's very expensive and it doesn't deliver. And with the Osmo, a lot of things for me just work better and I like the whole experience better. But that's also a personal opinion. I think I said everything I wanted to tell you guys. Probably some people are feeling the way about the GoPro that I feel about the Osmo. So what is the conclusion? Which camera should you buy? Totally depends on your use, as always. If you're into action, GoPros are the way to go. Not even necessarily the GoPro Hero 10. Maybe an older model would do just as well. The stabilization is awesome. The mic is very good. So especially if you just like want to introduce what you're doing, jump on a bike and have a ride, you don't need to bring a microphone. So that's pretty handy. But then if we look on the Osmo and you're just looking for a camera to vlog, add as a second camera, because I also use it for that, put in spaces you cannot put a huge camera, then consider the Osmo Action because it is cheaper and very good. Two important things when it comes to filming is the sound and the image quality. So if it's bright outside, yeah, the GoPro has no issues, it looks fine. But in low light situations, I rather attach a microphone to the Osmo and, you know, have a good image quality. This has been a very long video. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave a comment with questions, suggestions. Maybe you have a solution for bad GoPro Hero 10 image quality. I don't know. I feel like a total noob when it comes to that. Have a wonderful day. Subscribe if you aren't already, and I'll see you in the next one.